Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. This is as much a public service announcement as it is a pool lesson. Make sure you watch till the end. Let's shoot that 6 ball in the corner pocket. Now, let's shoot the 5 ball in the same corner pocket. See if you can tell what happens differently here. Let's shoot the 14 ball in that corner pocket. Pay attention. There is a prize for the person that figures this out. Did you pick up on it? Well, you would have if my camera was right there. About a week ago, I get an urgent text message. Bryan, take a look at this video. Tell me if I've been doing everything wrong. The message is from a high intermediate player. He doesn't play the APA, but if he did, he'd probably be a 6. He saw a video, a lot of you saw the video, of Jason Shaw saying he looks at the cue ball when he lines up a shot, and when he shoots, his eyes are last on the cue ball. This ruined people. They're texting, at least a half dozen people said to me, am I looking at the wrong thing? Well, what about the 3 shots we just took? Those 3 shots prove a point. If you have a straight stroke, it doesn't matter what you're looking at. So when the best in the world, one of the maybe top 3 players on the planet, tells you that he looks at the cue ball, and you run out and you want to look at the cue ball because Jason said that that's what he's looking at, you're making a big mistake. This is the equivalence of you seeing, let's say, Albin Ocean, who is right-handed and left eye dominant, saying, well, I look with my left eye over the cue. And then you run out and you put your left eye over the cue, but you're right eye dominant. If that's what you look at, that's what you should be looking at. 3 shots. First shot, I looked at the cue ball, just like Jason said he does. Second shot, I looked at the object ball. Guess what I looked at on the 3rd shot? A couple months ago, Darren Appleton put a video out and he lined up a totally straight shot. And he said, you've all been doing this wrong. When I learned to shoot these straight in shots, I was taught how to properly do it. You look at the pocket, not the ball, not this ball. The pocket, I say. The moral of the story is if you have a straight stroke, it doesn't matter what you look at. Jason Shaw has a flawless stroke. Darren Appleton has a flawless stroke. If they close their eyes right before they shoot it, once they've lined up the ball, that stroke that they've done 1,000,000 times is going to be in their muscle memory and nothing is going to change. We do it all the time, guys. You don't realize you're doing it, but you do it all the time in different situations where you blink or you close your eyes or you do something that takes that target out of your line of sight right before you execute. Now, stop chasing your heroes and their habits. But it doesn't matter. I don't care what you look at. You can look at the girl that's sitting over there, and as long as you have a straight stroke, you're going to have the ball in the pocket once you line it up. The second part of this lesson is, you know, years ago, there was an invasion at Derby City of the Filipino players who have almost down to a man unorthodox stances, strokes, the works, you name it, and are some of the best players on the planet. And there's a famous story about two guys talking, and one says to the other, when Efren and everyone is just killing everyone, he said, next week, none of these guys that live around here, none of these guys from the States are going to be able to shoot pool at all. They're not going to be able to put a ball in the pocket. And the second guy says, why? He says, because they're all going to be trying to shoot like the Filipinos. I see people all the time that say, oh, yeah, I see Shane doing this. That's Shane, that's not you. I see Efren doing this. That's Efren, that's not you. You cannot emulate the best players on the planet who have overcome or adapted to or made it part of their muscle memory some habits that you can't repeat. You just can't do it. And if you look at the best players in the world, and this is why guys say, oh, Bryan, you're going to put out a video about stroke and stance and bridge and all of this? No, for the most part, I don't talk about those things because my stroke and your stroke, my stance and your stance, my line up with the shot is going to be different than yours because we are different. If you watch Keith McGreedy, a lot of you don't know who he is, Google Keith. If you watch Keith to learn how to shoot a shot, this would be what you look like. He's sidearm and his cue is going like this. Hall of Fame player. Was one of the best on earth. The list goes on. There's a ton of world-class players who have unorthodox strokes that if you try to copy them, you are going to mess yourself up. I can give you some guidelines, and some of the best instructors on YouTube and in the real world do that. But you know what they tell you? This is what I do. This is one of your options. Here's another one of your options. There's certain things you have to do. You want to have a straight stroke. You want to be in line. But what your timing looks like, how far down you are on the shot, whether you're here or here, these are things that have to be adapted to you, your style, your body type. Shit, if you're 350 pounds and 5'7", how on earth can you be down here with your chin on the cue? You can't pull it off. You cannot copy your heroes. You need to develop the basic fundamentals and understand that there is more than one correct way to make a bridge, make a stance, shoot a ball in, pause at the ball, all of those things. But my recommendation to you is do what is best for your game. If it's best for your game to look at the cue ball when you shoot, then that's what you do. If it's best for your game to look at the object ball, that's what you do. If it's best for your game to look at the pocket, get some help, okay? But it doesn't matter. Get a perfect stroke. I don't care what you look at. It's not going to matter. You will have the balls out there. You'll line up the shot. You'll look at anything you want, and the ball will go in the pocket.
Hey gang, if you enjoy FX Billiards on YouTube, you'll love FXBTV. It's the ultimate streaming platform for exclusive videos, tips, and techniques you won't find anywhere else. Join now to lock in our special introductory rate and be part of the FX Billiards community.
Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the little bell. If you're not hitting the bell, go in right now and hit the bell so that you get notified when we put out an instructional video or public service announcement or whatever the hell this was. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. That's for you.